Hello and welcome to my new Flosstube video. I'm Jantina and this is my channel where I show my cross stitch and sometimes there's a little bit of live update. It's Monday evening. I have no idea what date it is. I just totally lost track of time the last couple of weeks. I'm on my summer break. This is my last week. It just came out this way and the kids are this is their first week of vacation. But our daycare person was on vacation, so I had to be free too. It isn't ideal, but it is what it is and we deal with it. So, cross stitch. Yes, I have a lot to show you because it's been almost 3 weeks since I filmed last and I did quite a lot of stitching in those weeks. I hope the lighting is okay. The sun is going under and is really bright through that window. And there's another window over there, so I hope the lighting is okay, but we will see. So let's dive in. I have quite a few finishes, which I love, and I have 2 new starts and some whips. So let's start, because my first finish I want to share is a Barbara Anna. It's called Light and I love her. Let me put it in closer. So the white is not really showing up, but it really pops on the pink. Let me see. Yes, that's more true to color. And I kind of did my own color conversion because it's on pink, and some of the colors I didn't like on pink. So I made her dress blue, and the stars, flowers on the bottom I did with a shiny thread, and also I made the yellow of the light a little bit sparkly, the buttons on her dress and the buttons on her shoes. And oh, I love her. It came out so cute and it's so sparkly. So I loved working on this, but the dress was a monster. It has a lot of stitches, but I really like how it came out. So adding the sparkle made me rethink my first Barbara Anna, which was the key. And here it is, and I put some sparkle in her key. I don't know if it's showing up, but her key is really shiny. I did it with gold and it's not really showing up, but maybe this way. But I really love her too, and the sparkle just adds some dimension. I really love Barbara Anna designs. That's why, like I told in my last video, I already had planned my next Barbara Anna, and it's a finish too. So it's a smaller one, much smaller, and here she is. It's Strawberry Time, of course by Barbara Anna. I did my own color conversion. It's more, the branch is more muted. It's not really showing up true to color. Maybe it is. It's a really light greenish blue with like a fresh leaf green. And her dress is really bright and I love it. It's so cute. And I want to add some sparkle to it like I did in the other two, but I'm not sure where. Maybe some on her dress, or maybe, I don't know. But she's so cute. And this was from a magazine, Primitive, Punch Needle, Primitive, Stitcher magazine. It's in the summer edition of last year. Oh, and it's so cute. So I didn't start a new Barbara Anna yet because I didn't want to get burned out on the Barbara Annas, and there are two more I definitely want to stitch. There's one also small and it's called Sweeping the Floor. It's a mouse in a dress and I think it's so cute. It's more fall themed. And of course the new one with the foxes, of course, and it's called Queen of the Forest, something like that. And I really would like to start that one as well, but for now it's okay. I want to get back to some of my other whips, and I think it won't take long before I start another Barbara Anna, because oh, they're so fun to stitch, but for now it's okay. So I have two more finishes. Two more, it's crazy. So one of them is my gift. I haven't fully finished it yet, and I showed the fabric the last time, but I want to see if I can show just a little bit. Let me see. No, not there. Yes, there's the border and a small heart, and that's all I'm going to show. There's more. It's not really big, but it came out so cute and I love it. So I can't wait to fully finish it and gift it to the person that will get this. That's what you do with a gift. So my last finish is in my stitchy journal, junk journal book thing, and it's this one. It says it's summertime, and it's a freebie by MyFannyDesigns. I saw it on Instagram and I just really liked it. Let me see if it will focus. It's just a cute melon. I used a variegated light green with some yellow, and it's so cute. And I finished this during the Zoom Stitchy meetup with 911 Stitchers Facebook group, and it's just really cute. And there's a note in here. Let me see if I can. There's a note with the fabric, the designer, and the date I finished it. So yeah, I just really like to stitch it, but it's not something I'm going to display in my house. So it's nice for the journal. So that were my finishes, and it didn't feel like I stitched a lot, but when I showed the finishes, I think I did stitch a lot. So next up, it's a haul and a new start in one, because I was eyeing the Marjolein Bastin cross stitch pieces for a while, but they're quite expensive as a kit, and yeah, so I searched on Marktplaats, which is kind of like the Dutch eBay, and I found someone selling an old kit. They didn't start it yet, but here's the cover page. And in Dutch it's called the voederplack, but just a few days after I bought this, I was watching Stephanie of Just Keep Stitching, and she bought the same one, the same pattern in the same week, which is crazy because it's a quite old pattern, and she found it just a pattern, and it was called the Pecking order. Let me see if I can show you without glare. And it's so cute. And as you can see on the picture, or maybe you can't, it's stitched on kind of a mottled fabric. And it's some type of even weave, and I think it's 25 count, and over 2 it became too bulky. Over 1 I just thought the weave was kind of loose, and I tried a couple of stitches and I was like, no, not for me. So it came with all the threads on card, and they smell a little bit old, so I had to air them out, but it's okay now. And I love the colors, with a lot of warm brown tones, yellows, blues, greens. So I made a teeny tiny start, and it's on this blue Aida I dyed myself, and I had a little bit of an oops. There's a purple spot on my fabric, but I measured it out and I think I'm okay, and that will be just behind the framed piece. So here is my big start. It's like 8 stitches. And I don't know if I'm going to stitch a lot on this in the coming weeks, but it's a start and we will see. But I really like it, the blue fabric. It's a really, let me put the white paper behind it, next to it. It's just really, really light blue. It's more showing up more green. It's more this color you are seeing here. Really light blue, but it will be a long piece. And yeah, I'm really happy with this one. So next up, I had another new start, and it's also a kit. I showed it last week. It's this one, and it says DMC on the cover, but I found out it's just not an original, which I'm bummed about, because I didn't look. When I'm looking at it now, I can see it, because there's a lot of Chinese on the bottom and it doesn't state a name or whatever. I just saw DMC and I thought, oh, it's legit. Stupid. But I am stitching this for one of my friends. She's pregnant with baby number 4, and after 3 girls she will have a boy, and I'm so excited for her. I can't wait. So it also came as a kit, but it has a lot of blends. So these are the colors, and I stitched on it for 2 days maybe. And here's my small start. And there are at the moment 2 or 3 blends and 2 whole colors. Let me see. Yes, there it is. And normally I'm not a middle starter, but for this one I decided to start in the middle, and I think it's okay. So I will stitch on this a few strands a week and it will be done in time. And yeah, I really like stitching something for a birth announcement or just a gift. I really liked it. So I'm almost done already. I have 3 whips left. One of them, it's a cell, and I'm way behind. Way behind. Like months behind. It's a linen and thread mystery cell, and I'm working on the part of February. But the reason, let me show you where I'm at. This is how far I am at the moment. And I work more on this one. They're just the two, let me see. The two top leaves were stitched until here, and that was all. So last night I did the rest. And the reason I thought I didn't like stitching on this one is because it's 1/1 on 32 count, which is small in my opinion. It's teeny tiny, but I really like it just because it's so small. I can't stitch on it a long time at once, but oh, I like it. And I don't have a cover page of what it looks like now. It's not that bright, but it's so cute. So I hope to catch up in a couple of months so I can stitch December in December. But I'm behind a lot. And I thought my fabric was too small because I didn't space it right, but I measured it and I think I'm okay. I hope I'm okay, but it's so cute. So my last two whips are HAEDs, and one of them is just my, oh, I love working on this one, and it's my focus piece for now. And this is how far I am. Let me see if I can do it like this. It's Princess Asleep by Yvonne Gilbert, and I really like the detail on this, just the depth, and the butterfly is almost done. It's just a couple of more stitches here and this wing, and I really like seeing this one come to life because every couple of hundred stitches something else is showing up. And oh, let me put it in closer. I think this is okay. It's so beautiful. And what I really like about this one is that there are a lot of colors. For instance, the leaves, they have pinks and of course green and white and yellow and more brown and red, and somehow it shows up like a green leaf, and I really like that about this one. Oh, and the needle minder is by Lydia, Lovely Stitches on Etsy, and it's my favorite. The last HAED I've worked on is one I haven't worked on in months, and I don't know why. Well, because it's big. It's not on a frame, and I'm not going to put it on a frame because it's just too big. It's 18 count aida. It's, I think, over 700 stitches wide, so it will be way too big to handle. But I worked on King Coda, you guys. I worked on King Coda, and it was for a stitchy challenge on the 911 Stitcher Facebook group. It was just stitch 500 stitches in a weekend on a project, and this is what it looks like now. I'm in love with him. So for the longest time I thought I had to go over all the way to the other side because holding this was too thick for my hands. I have some trouble with my hands, and if I hold them in a weird position or I have to, yeah, I can't. describe it, but this wasn't working for me. So what I did the last time, you can kind of see it, I put in a hoop and I rolled up both ends like this with the spool huggers, and I just held it with a hoop, and it was quite okay to work on. So I did some of his whiskers, moustache, and filled in some more around his nose. And let me just roll him out a little bit, maybe all the way. The fabric is getting really soft and really nice to work with. Oh, it's so pretty, but it's so big. The halfway point is around here. The dark spot at the top is, I think, is the halfway point. And the first row of pages I stitched all the way to the bottom. I have no other way showing this. It's more blue-green than it's showing up, but more turquoise. But oh boy, this is so pretty. And now I see it like this. And when I made the before picture, I really want to stitch on this more. And I think this is just over 25% done, which I like to know on a HAED. Other things like counting stitches, I don't even care. I just want to stitch and enjoy it. And I was working over here before, and that is where I will come back to. I want to fill in this part, and then I will come back here and just fill in this part with the book, and it will be a lot of stitching. But oh, he's so pretty. That was all. The last 2 months I focused on finishing projects, and for now it's just about enjoying what I have, because over the last couple of weeks I just forced myself to work on some projects, and some of them are really close to a finish, so they will get finished in the near future, or maybe not, and that's okay too. But I'm really happy with the finishes I've got, and I want to fully finish them in the next months. There's also one of my older projects I would want to try and make a frame myself, because it's kind of an odd shape. And yeah, I just have to try some things, and maybe it will work and maybe it won't, but we will see. So, oh, there are some kids playing outside my window. Okay. So, I just want to enjoy what I have, and I want to pull out my HAEDs. Maybe some more will be put on a frame, on scroll rods to put on a frame. Maybe not, but I really want to come back to those and work more on them. And also some of my other whips I haven't worked on in a couple of months. I want to go back to those, because I miss working on them, and it kind of feels like a new start to work on them again. And yeah, now I'm just rambling. I just want to stitch what I want, because there's a lot of variation in my whips, so I don't have to I don't have to get bored. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this was it for now. I don't know when I will film again, because the kids are home from school the next 6 weeks, and I have to work. My boyfriend has to work. We have a wedding to plan, and yeah, it's just a lot, and I hope I will find some time to film in 2 or 3 weeks is my goal, but we will see. Maybe it will be longer, maybe shorter. Who knows? So for now, thank you for watching. And I didn't mention it, but if you are a new subscriber, thank you so much. I've had a couple of new subscribers, and I think they're from the 911 Facebook group, but I'm not sure. I just really like sharing my cross stitch and a little bit of my life with you. And yeah, thank you for taking the time and watching my videos. Be safe, be kind, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.